I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I would like to welcome to the broadcast CharMaeMengMing. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I am staying warm. I hope everybody is doing the same.
I've got extra sweatshirt on. I'm good. I've got my usual 10X shirt on, and then I've got something underneath it to make it extra warm. So I'm in good shape, even if the snow is flying around me. Please introduce yourself for everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is CharMaeMengMing. I'm a variety indie-focused streamer. I do a lot of weird niche games, demos, and gaming showcases over on my channel.
Yep.
You can call me Char or May or Meng or Ming, whatever fits your fancy. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Yeah, well, listen to that voice. That's a great voice. It really is. It really does set up for some fun times. And I'm when watching some of your highlights, and you definitely are a variety streamer.
Oh yeah. Even in how I present myself.
That's right.
I call myself a sometimes tuber because sometimes I VTube and sometimes I face cam. More often I am VTubing though because it's just more comfortable and I collab a lot with other people. So
yeah, it's a riot. It really is a time to, folks. If you don't get a chance, we're gonna have the links in the description here so you can find out what Char is up to because it's good stuff. And I have got to tell you this too. The model that we're showing here on the thumb that you sent me is excellent.
Oh, thank you. I'm really happy that so many people like the design because it's a little complicated, you know? It's a little too complex for some artists or for some people, and I was really nervous because I don't know how to describe it. It's just me in a nutshell. But it's always nervous when you present something that's a little personal in design, you know?
Yeah, it's really expressive for being, it's not a constant movement type of model, but it's extremely expressive, and in its expressions are very realistic, which is pretty. I mean, I can see you doing that as you go through.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah, my model mamas did a great job on me.
Yeah, was it your design?
No, I actually got help with the design because I have terrible visualization. So I just gave an artist my mood board and we talked things out and she spit this.
Well, she spit good.
She spit good, yeah.
She hit the target. That really is wonderful. But I like the fact that you shake things up too, and sometimes what makes the difference for you for when you're doing a using one of your models or going with a live cam? It just gut feeling or what?
Sorry, what was the question again?
What makes the decision for you whether to use the model or use a live cam?
For me, it's usually just like if I'm feeling it. Most of the time, I will hold off for special events for face cam because I don't want to, I don't want to catch my audience off guard. Normally, I will prepare them. I'll be like, hey, there's going to be a face cam stream. Just be aware because I know sometimes it could be a little touchy for people to have like that break in immersion.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally I'll do face cam for special events like for marathons or for anniversaries or for just something special if I really want to have like that eye-to-eye, heart-to-heart conversation with my viewers.
Yeah. Heart-to-heart conversation coming up. I better put my feelings away. Don't need that showing up here.
You may not want the love, but I gotta give you the hard truth sometimes, you know?
That's true. So when did you get started with content creation?
Just recently, actually.
Really?
I want to say I'm coming up on 3 years of streaming now. Before that, there was absolutely nothing.
Well,
No social media, no YouTube, no Twitch, nothing of the sort. It just kind of happened, and very quickly too.
it's hard to imagine given your personality with this and how much fun you seem to be having with it.
Oh, thank
I
you.
would I would
Yeah.
if I didn't know what you just said, I would say, well, obviously you've been chomping at the bit to do this, and you just kind of naturally fell into it. So, what was the decision breaker for you?
The decision breaker for me to get into content creation was actually just loneliness.
Uh,
I had moved out of state, moved to a location where I had no friends, no family around me. I have my partner, of course, but there was just nobody around me for me to hang out with or really relate to. And so, in a way, I used content creation to reconnect with all my friends back home, to kind of get them. Cause okay, here's the thing: is back home I didn't really like hang out with them regularly, right?
right, right.
I wasn't going out of my way to leave the house, go to the club or anything like that. But being on our own, it's like you kind of miss that. You kind of miss having people nearby, at least in the vicinity,
Yeah.
and knowing that like if you wanted to, you could go out and
Oh,
meet
yeah.
them.
And
Um,
it's even worse if you've got like social media connections to them, and they put up
mm,
like pictures of them going out and doing something that you could have been a part of. You were there.
yeah. Having FOMO.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're having fun without me, man.
And now I'm having all the fun without
That's
them.
right. You said, "Oh yeah, well here's my breakfast by myself. Thank you very much." It just um I was this. It is a tough question to ask, and I'm going to try not to say it wrong because really watching you do this, I have a hard time believing that you weren't out there as you know, uh, super social person at the time, because it was really yeah, your personality, at least what you're showing it,
Mm.
certainly leans into that.
I can tell you it's all because I'm in the safety of my own home.
Mm,
I can tell you that right now.
mm,
Because IRL, I am a very reserved person. I'm very introverted.
mm.
I also have agoraphobic tendencies. And so
Ah,
I don't really like leaving my house
okay.
unless it's to a location that I've been to before
Mm,
or if I'm with somebody that I know.
yeah,
So I'm very reserved.
yeah.
I am still a loud person when I'm comfortable around you, but otherwise, I'm okay being a wallflower.
Mm. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people can relate to that. I think I can relate to that at times. I can certainly relate to it when we've got a foot of snow on the ground. I wouldn't go anywhere at that point. But um, it's I think for a lot of people, there's at least some time in their life they feel that way. But was that kind of
Mm.
an everyday thing for you? Were you kind of occasionally fighting it to go outside a little bit?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Um, I actually got a dog
mm.
just to get me out of the house. It was that bad because I would go days without seeing the sun ever,
Mm.
which is horrible because I have gosh, what is that called? Seasonal depression.
Oh, oh, you're
I
playing
have the
right
big
into it there.
sad. And so if I'm depressed, I'm really depressed. So I need to see the sun.
You were playing right into it there. Yes.
Mm-hmm,
What can be the worst possible thing for me to do with this is absolutely. Oh yeah, I'll shut myself up even further.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got like no vitamin D whatsoever.
We're our own worst enemies, you
Yeah,
know?
I really because I worked inside during the day when I was during the day, and then I worked a lot of night shifts
Mm.
and stayed up all night, and I would sleep during the day. So even now, at age 150, I I have absolutely no D whatsoever. And they give me these pills, and the body's like, wrong. We've
And it
learned
doesn't get used to it. That's the
no,
thing, too.
no. It's just we've just fully adapted to never having sunlight. So Okay. Not exactly a vampire, more like an umpire, but it's certainly, those there's just people who just don't feel comfortable with it. But but
Absolutely.
but now you've got a situation where not only are you interacting with a lot of people online, other VTubers, but you've got people who are tuning into you with a potential audience of 95% of the world. That, that's a pretty big swing there.
Yeah,
Does that ever hit you every once in a while that you've got all these people sitting there waiting on you and enjoying what you're doing?
every day.
Mm,
Every time I have to think of something to post
mm.
or think of something to do, or before I even start stream, I'm like, oh my God, are there going to be people tuning in today? And I have been very open with my audience about this too. I think one of my biggest fears in content creation is having people who have started with me at the beginning of my journey
Mhm.
and losing them at some point.
Uh,
Because it's like we've developed, you've come with me along this journey. We've developed this friendship, this very consensual parasocial friendship. And to one day, not have you in the chat would be devastating.
yeah, yeah. It can get that way, I imagine, and that's the way with any type of entertainment. I call it an industry, I guess, but it's not.
Hmm.
It's very loosely termed at this point for a lot of folks. But really, you've got somebody who's a regular listener, a regular follower, and suddenly they are just doing something else. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily something that you did; it just kind of naturally happens. But you don't know that. If it just suddenly happens, like, what happened? What did I do? And you start questioning yourself. Um,
Hmm.
has that happened yet?
I mean, yes and no. It's very, I'm very much a person who's very self-aware of, you know, things that are happening outside of myself. It still hurts.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
still hurts. Even though, people are busy or they have their own lives or they're dealing with other things, it still hurts to not have them around.
Hmm.
But, you just got to keep telling yourself it's not because of anything specifically I did, I hope. And, maybe one day they'll come back. They'll be here.
That,
And
mu-
I'll be here
that
when
must have,
they're ready.
yeah, that probably plays right into when you moved and your friends were not in touch with you like they were before.
Hmm.
That probably hit you pretty really hard then.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I mean, I could again, everything here makes sense to what you're doing. But what what was the?
Yeah.
How did you get to VTubing as an option? Were
VT
you?
VTubing for me was just a very natural choice. It wasn't something like weird and quirky that, some people might think it is. Because I grew up playing MMOs,
Mm,
massive, massive multimedia player online, right?
capital MMOs, massive.
Yeah. And so I was always, playing characters, avatars that I would create
Hmm.
already, and I was used to doing that in video games.
Mm,
And so VTubing was just like a step up from that, in my opinion,
mm,
where, oh, I'm making a persona and presenting myself as this persona, but I'm not just locked into a single uh, piece of media anymore.
right.
Now I can just be everywhere.
Yeah.
And so it was a very natural fit for me, in terms of just what my creator, what my model would be or should be. I actually just kind of naturally landed on that as well. I knew that I wanted to be a sheep VTuber
Yeah.
because it fit into like this sort of black sheep persona,
Hmm.
where I always kind of felt out of place.
Mm,
Even like within my family, within my friend circles, I always felt out of place because I didn't really have these small topics of conversation that I could focus on,
right.
or even hyper focus on.
Hmm.
Um, and I was always really comfortable just again being a wallflower.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to also add in the jester vibes because I really love jester characters in media.
Mm.
I have Clopin from Hunchback of Notre Dame, my favorite Disney movie, who is just an overall fun character.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I could be this. I could be a sheep jester.
Well, folks, again, you're seeing right in front of you the model, which is again very detailed and very expressive, which
Yeah.
is, I think is again I'm I think it's wonderful that that model is, but
Thank you. Thank you.
but you're not too you're not obviously to the point overwhelmed enough to always have the model up there if you're putting the face cam up. And then there's a lot of
Hmm.
folks who would not do that. They stick with one or the other.
Hmm.
So are you really that comfortable now with content creation that either way is perfectly fine with you?
For me, it's I mean, it depends on what you mean with that question.
Yeah.
I am comfortable being on face cam um whenever it's my choice.
Hmm.
If people go out to like look for photos, go digging into my social media, then I'm like, okay, I mean, you don't have to do that. um but no, if the need ever crops up for content creation where I have to, be serving face, then yeah, I'm absolutely on board with that. I have it set as like a goal because I'm going now down the path of being like more of a game reviewer with my content
Hmm.
because I cover a lot of indie games,
Mm.
cover a lot of indie showcases, and so um I'm kind of in the mindset of, maybe I should try IRL streaming from like a convention or something. I think that would be really cool.
Oh,
But at the same time, it's me battling my demons with I don't know if I could do that.
yeah.
I would be so nervous to approach anybody
Yeah.
or confront anybody.
Well, I tell you, if you're worried about the voice, you shouldn't be because it's very, very, very good for this. Very
Thank
good
you,
for
thank
it.
you.
And the personality obviously fits it to a T, I think. So there's two major things in your factor.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
and it's just and everybody has to battle themselves. There's just no
Mm,
no getting around it. I mean,
yeah.
even people who can sit and with a microphone and have thousands of people listening, um, don't like to be in a room with 20 people watching them.
Hmm.
That was me.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I did not like that at all. I'm a little better with it now, but I certainly wasn't when I was your age back in the Stone Age. I didn't much like that very much at all. But
That's why I created the wheel, so
that's
I could
right.
get away from it.
That's right. It was a little square, but it didn't go fast, but it got away. It fit. Um, and I had a warranty on it, which was good. The for for you in having this world kind of open up to you now, where you might have started as a way to get in contact with your old friends, but now you got new friends
Hmm.
and new people to do. I mean, obviously you. I would think you've exceeded whatever goal you set for yourself already.
Oh no, the
Oh,
the benchmark is ever changing.
mm,
Um, I mean, I'm a big believer in doing baby steps to stretch out your wings,
mm-hmm,
Especially with this, because I'm having so much fun with it. I'm like, I don't want to lose this.
mm-hmm,
But at the same time, I've spent so much time in my life up until this point being stagnant
mm.
that I'm like, now is my time. I'm here and I need to take what's mine.
The clock is
Um,
ticking. Let's go.
yeah, yeah. It's veering dangerously close to like main character
That's
mentality, but
right.
we won't touch on that.
But it and to be able to do this has it. It sounds like it's been fairly smooth for you. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of rocks to go through, but you kind of. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to play down the effort that you put into it because obviously there is,
Mhm.
but it seems like fairly smooth sailing for you. Am I wrong?
You're wrong and right.
Oh, well, I'm used to that.
From from a third person perspective, like yeah, I've been I've been really happy with the slow and steady pace at which I've been growing.
Hmm.
It's been really fun
Yeah.
and I appreciate it so much because, and I've said this before on my streams multiple times, if ever I was to grow up, not grow up, if ever I was to grow and blow up in magnanimous proportions where I wake up one day and I have a million followers,
Oof.
I think I would just quit then and there because I want to say my biggest character flaw is cracking under pressure. And
Oh,
so if I'm not doing it at my own pace, I'm doing it at someone else's. And
mm,
then I'm just being dragged along and I don't want that.
that's a brilliant way to put it. Really, I mean that's right to the point. You want to do this on your own with full control. I mean, as
Mhm.
much as humanly possible, you can control. I mean,
Mhm.
ice storms, like like we've talked about before we came on. That's something you can't really control. But
Yeah, I mean, thank God the internet is still working. That's all I gotta say.
oh boy, yeah, and I can't imagine what an ice storm, like a 2 week ice storm, would do to people now that if they couldn't use internet. People
Mm.
people would be bringing satellite dishes in, pointing them out to give me my net at this point. And before anything else, food? No. Net? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
And as far
That's the
as
society we live in.
it certainly is. And with that, with that mentality, um, does it ever hit you every once in a while that the people who are on with you could be on the other side of the planet, standing upside down from
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, because I've met so many people, like yeah, even across the globe. It's great. It's fantastic. I hate that the time zones conflict,
Well, yeah,
but I love the people that I've met so far.
yeah. Time zones are always fun. What's gotten me, and this is we're starting year 3 of the podcast now. But what's gotten me confused every time is when we have the time zone shifts for the solstices, and
Hmm.
not all countries do it the same day
Yeah.
or the same way. And I'm like, what? There's one Australian uh, time zone that's a half hour off, and I don't even know how you do that. How is that even possible to do that? Um, that would throw me off so badly, and it has. Um, but it's tough to schedule around that time because you don't know when there's. Heck, I barely know when mine is. Um,
Hmm.
but with when you stream, where does
Hmm.
your main audience come from usually? Do you
My
know?
main audience, that is a good question.
Mm, do
I
you have?
don't typically look at my analytics if I'm being
Well, I
honest.
mean, you can kind of tell every once in a while.
I want to say my main audience is in America. Okay, well, I know America for sure.
Uh-huh.
I know Europe for sure.
Hmm.
Sometimes Australia.
Yeah.
And I can say this with confidence because the content creator groups that I'm a part of,
Mhm.
all of those people are from there.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good rule of thumb. It's to see this particular format in so many different countries um, is pretty amazing too.
Mhm.
And so many people in so many different countries working together with the same. I mean, obviously they're not the same people, and not 24, every bit the same. But if you like uh, Fortnite and somebody in Switzerland also likes Fortnite, well, then you can work together practically every night if you get the right time zone together, and
Yeah.
get that set up, which is pretty wild. I mean, I'm a
Mhm,
kid of the '70s.
mhm.
If I had tried to get in touch with somebody back then from Switzerland, it would have cost $7 million and been over the phone landline, which would have sucked really bad.
That's what I find so incredible about video games. And I'm sure this goes for other forms of media as well. But I grew up playing MMOs,
Hmm.
and sometimes I would be playing with people who didn't even speak my language. We would just be communicating through emojis and running dungeons and doing things like that, just running around the map, being whatever,
Yeah,
doing whatever.
yeah.
And it was just a way for us to connect and communicate and have a good time, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's so cool that this is now expanding into more households even. It's becoming a household thing.
I think it is. It's going to be more, and then people say, "Oh, the shit is peak now." It hasn't even started, really.
Hmm.
There are still millions of people that would enjoy simply watching, and probably at least three-quarters of them participating in it. Um, because everybody likes to be on a little bit of a stage every once in a while, but to be able to
Yeah.
do that from your own home, and your world suddenly becomes both bigger and smaller at the same time, where it's very easy to contact somebody on the other side of the planet, but that also expands your personal world to cover so much place. Uh,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to see people who are doing it for a living. We're going to see people who do it once a month, and that's one of the few things. One of the few things my generation is probably doing right. Thank you, generation.
And here's another incredible thing too is everybody has something to share.
Mhm.
Nobody is an expert in everything.
Yeah, yeah, and that's true too. And I found out through these interviews that everybody is going in for different reasons to do this.
Hmm.
Everybody's got different talents, different reasons, different expectations for themselves going in. And now those of us who are the untalented question askers, um, we get the real benefit from it because otherwise, I frankly I wouldn't even know you existed. That's truthfully, I wouldn't know any of these folks existed, and they wouldn't have a you wouldn't have an audience. You'd be you know trying to get a hold of your friends over the phone or something if this wasn't there. Um,
Hmm.
it Everybody's getting a great opportunity with this as long as we don't screw it up.
I would also beg to differ that, you're just an unassuming question asker,
Oh well.
because it takes some skill to be able to navigate the conversation and move into the next topic flawlessly. So you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. That comes from very old age. Old age and treachery winning in the end. um, but I've done this for a long time. But this gives an up, and I'm actually kind of surprised that we aren't seeing a few more folks my age get involved in it too,
Mm.
with some things. Because heck, if what folks my age are more into podcasts like this, than anything else. But that doesn't necessarily give you that type of communication that VTubers have.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just first of all, I've got a safety net. You don't. Whatever you do is going live, and they're going to hear it.
I think part of that disconnect has to do with how I guess the most famous of us VTubers are being presented, and that is the anime girl,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But we're kind of seeing a shift now in the VTubing scene where it isn't just the anime waifu being on display anymore.
Right.
Now we're kind of opening up the scene to include even even filtered personas.
Hmm.
There was recent dispute about a VTuber named the Burnt Peanut,
Hmm.
and how he doesn't consider himself a VTuber. He considers himself a PTuber. But it's kind of in the same vein of how I consider myself a sometimes tuber.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
and he uses, I don't want to call it like an Instagram filter, but that's how most of the public views it.
Hmm.
Because I know for sure he's put some work into getting it to look how he wants it to look.
Yeah.
But you know, from a public's point of view, you could use an Instagram filter
Oh yeah,
and be whatever you want to be, you know?
absolutely, absolutely. And it's for folks to be able to present themselves how they want is very big for a lot of people too, that I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed. And folks who maybe aren't able to, or haven't been able to get a situation in their lives yet where they can present how they want to present. Um,
Absolutely.
and that is so major for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I know for sure that's one of the big reasons VTubing exists is because um, we want to present ourselves in the best way possible, in the way we're most comfortable.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've described it as going from high school to college, where you're still the same person, but the people you're meeting now don't remember that you split your pants in third grade bending over for a pencil. You you get to set the starting. You're starting over basically with
Hmm.
zero stats in an RPG,
Yeah, yeah.
and they don't know your backstory, and you can probably get away with making up an entire backstory for a while. Just don't get too much out there, as it'll come back to bite you eventually. Um, not saying this from experience, but I've seen other people do it. Um, and you get to,
Interesting.
yeah, just but you get a chance now to set your starting point.
Yeah.
If you're a person who is shy and reserved, and the first thing you could do is have a persona that allows you to expand and be more yourself than you are in person, which is what a lot of people do with their avatars. Do you think you're doing that, or given your unique situation, is that true at all for you?
I think that is true. And it isn't just this avatar that I use
Right.
either. There are multiple
Oh yeah.
other
Th-
models that I have.
yeah, there are
Um,
several.
yeah, yeah.
So
And it's just like part of them were created because of an inside joke within the community.
yeah.
And it's really nice to be able to connect that way. And part of it is because, like, hey, I really like how this looks. And yeah.
Mm. So when you're putting together a stream or an idea
Mhm.
for a stream, are you doing this for yourself or for your audience?
1000% myself.
Mm.
1000% myself
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Um, I touched on how like for most of my life I was stagnant.
Mm.
Part of that stagnation actually stems from what's the word? Part of that stems from how depressed I was.
Mm.
And so I would be an avoidant depressant person. So I avoided all media.
Wow.
I avoided music. I
Oh.
avoided games at one point. I was shamed out of games
Oh.
multiple times. And so VTubing content creation, streaming for me has been a way of kind of just feeding my inner child and being like, you know what? You should have been doing this. This is fun.
Mm.
It's okay for you to do this. I specifically play demos and indie games because that's that was the mainstay for me, and it still is.
Mm.
That is what I survived on when I was younger,
Yeah.
when I had no money,
Mm.
mind you. I would play free games, I would play browser games and things like that. And so for me, this is like it's coming full circle.
Yeah.
And so this is a way for me to celebrate, games that are up and coming
Yeah.
that people don't know about. These are ways for me to kind of express my love for the genre because they carried me through my childhood.
Wow.
They carried me through into my adulthood. They're carrying me now.
I am being carried by them at this very moment.
Yeah.
Put me down. Put me down.
My feet have not touched the floor.
So what you're saying is you did a lot of Minesweeper stuff. Okay.
Minesweeper, I played Newgrounds browser games.
Now another 2 weeks of solitaire. No, but seriously,
Hey man, I love solitaire, okay?
hey, I'm on level like 200 on solitaire on this
That and
computer.
Sudoku.
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah.
are my jam.
Oh, you know that they got the New York Times stuff up now, so you can do Sudoku on there and the
Oh yeah,
Wordle and all that.
yeah. They
I've
have a lot of puzzles
Yeah,
now.
I've got that on my phone, and Scrabble because I'm a big Scrabble player. So I'm so boring. Lots of words I use.
No, you're a logical man. You're a logical man, and I
D-
appreciate that.
do not tell that to my wife. She'll give you way too many reasons why that's not true. Very easily, and she'll be right. So with your concentration on kind of indie games, and you said you kind of transitioning a little bit towards reviewing them.
Yeah.
What do you look for in one of these non-corporation games?
A couple of things I look for is number one, the marketing, because if I can't find it, I
Mm,
can't play it, you
right.
know?
Yeah.
Uh, Another thing I'm looking for is how accessible is it?
Hmm.
Is it going on itch.io? Is it starting off on a Kickstarter? Is it on Steam? Are they just talking about it?
Mm,
Um, are there any updates? Is a very important thing
mm,
because I know some games that'll put out an update once a year, and it's like, well, is this more of like a hobby thing? Is this something that you're actually serious about putting out? Um, is this something that, is a passion project? Because that it needs to be communicated, no matter what type of project. It doesn't have to be a video game. It needs to be communicated to the audience, right?
right.
Um, and those are the three main things, at least that I look for.
Hmm.
And then, of course, you get into the graphics and like what kind of systems, how heavy it is in
Yeah.
terms of just system specs. Like, is it a Godot project? Is it a Pixel project? And then last but not least, is it something that I would be interested
Yes.
in, which I'm very open about, really. Demos are a great gateway to just try things outside of your niche.
Yeah.
And so, they could be 30-minute experiences. They could be hour long, 2 hour long experiences. It's
Yeah.
crazy how much the devs will allow you to play
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely, absolutely. If now you wouldn't be doing like pencil sharpener simulator or anything like that.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's not just everything. It's like shovelware, that type of stuff. But in the old days when I had my Commodore 64, and again, my age showing, um, but you could go to the departments, to the grocery store, and find discs for $5 that had like 10 games on it that were just little games.
Yeah.
You don't really have that these days. Um,
Not at all. Not at
yeah.
all.
First of
I
all,
remember when the magazines would put out demo
oh
discs.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes those were better than the actual game. That's how everybody played Doom, back then. You get the
Yeah,
demo
yeah.
and you just play that because I couldn't get past very many levels anyway, so I just play the ones I could play. You don't really have that now, but now you do have developers like Fox for Undertale and the fellow
Hmm.
behind Stardew Valley. Those people who take on things themselves and continue to polish and you know they've hit
Refine
the
their
yeah
games.
they've hit the
Yeah.
jackpot, but they're continuing to work on it as they go. Um,
Yeah.
are those the types of games that you're looking for, the kind of diamonds in the rough?
I would say so. Yeah.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like, I'm not, me personally, I'm not someone who like really falls in line with the popular media.
Right.
And so I may give it like a look
Mhm.
and I may recommend it, but on the other end, I may not, play it all the time
Right.
because there's just so much. There's so much out there.
Right. Right.
That
Right.
isn't to say that the game is bad. Because no.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's just there's so much time in the day to
Yeah, there really isn't enough, though. There really isn't enough.
it's and it's folks who are doing these things too. Um, People got to remember that it's when you're kind of being critical or reviewing these games, it's always through your eye and not necessarily somebody else's eye. I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not big into a horror type of thing, you may not enjoy, Death Splatter 18 or whatever that somebody comes up with,
Yeah, yeah.
but somebody else might think it's the bee's knees.
Hmm, hmm.
How is that how you look at things when you're looking at these games?
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
So again, like I might try out the demo. The demo might be amazing,
mm-hmm,
but the full game, maybe not for me.
mm.
But I'll at least have, I'll at least have tried it out.
Yeah.
I'll at least have given it a little bit more exposure. I'll at least given my 2 cents in like how the game could be better or this or that. And maybe if I'm lucky, somebody in my audience will be like, I'm wishlisting that game. I'm trying that game right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, not everything has to be Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I went with my stepdaughter out to a movie. We went to see Transformers 2. We weren't going there for the plot. We were going there to see robots blow up,
Hell yeah.
and that's what happened. Robots blew up, and it was fun, and that's what we were there for. But you look at the critics like, oh, it's a terrible movie. I didn't even know it had a script.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you just want to be entertained, you know?
yeah, yeah. You don't have to go in depth into everything. It's just fun.
Hmm.
Some of the more simple games out there for crying out loud are that heck if somebody looked at say Undertale and didn't know everything behind it and didn't just kind of glossed over it. All the artwork is now it's 1980s graphics, and why would you want to have anything to do with this? And it takes too long to
Hmm.
set up. Well, they've missed out on the whole concept of
Yeah.
of something like that, and they're just looking at it through a jaundiced eye, and they're dumb. So uh,
That's the short of it
yeah,
right there.
yeah, just getting right to the point. Um, but it sounds like you're not going to be doing it that way. You're gonna get a good thorough look at it, and then make your recommendation uh, uh, based on a,
Yeah.
a good, honest look at something.
And even then, I'm not covering even 1% of the games out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of garbage out there too.
There's a lot, and it's being produced at such a fast pace now.
Yeah. Well, and the unfortunate AI games are coming out too,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that you're basically cut and paste the same thing over and over again. Um, and people are buying them. It's, good luck to
People
you
are buying
guys.
them, people are trying them. What's unfortunate is I know that some storefronts are having a really hard time being able to disclose AI even.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to have a. I have no artists. I have said that a million times, and it's absolutely true. I do not know. I can just about usually kind of tell whether something's AI or not, but I'm not
Mm.
good enough to, you know, sit there and say that's AI, that's AI. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might be fooled, whereas somebody who actually has a little bit of idea what art is would not be fooled. Um, and
Right.
and it's just going to get better, unfortunately. And it's going to be tougher to do. Do you have any
Hmm.
ideas how we can keep humans in it and computers not so much in
I wish I had a solution. I wish I
it?
did.
Yeah,
All I know is for me, I feel like AI is a tool to
mm,
be utilized,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And the biggest misconception is that all AI is bad. All AI is not bad.
hmm,
Generative AI, yes. Generative AI, especially when it's using assets outside of your project, when it's using stolen assets from other websites,
right,
that is 1000% bad. I've seen a very gray area recently, though, in gaming development, um, where generative AI is now being using is be, now being used for internal projects.
Mm.
And so companies are using it for their own assets to help with development. And I feel like that's a very gray area, and
Mhm.
it's one that's not really being talked about as much.
'Cause it's
And even I, at this moment, I don't know how I feel about that,
yeah,
because then you're scraping from your own artists, you're
yeah.
scraping, uh, unfortunately, also from your own voice actors at
Uh,
times.
grr.
But yeah, when it's small teams, it's like, well, that is a discussion that needs to happen internally, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. The voice stuff really grinds my gears with it
Mm-hmm.
because you can hire an announcer for a used cheese sandwich. I mean, it's not going to cost you that much
Mm-hmm.
for a decent announcer to do your stupid YouTube commercial about the puppy that isn't a puppy. That commercial. Uh,
Yeah.
and and that to me that's just as bad as doing the art stuff because where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're going to see more and more of it yeah, because people are accepting it. And I still think what you brought up and the internal vote, I don't think it's being discussed because it is a harder topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's you there are there are a lot of people that yeah AI is bad. Um, let's not do anything AI. But then they realize that some of the stuff they're already doing is AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh well, maybe that's all right. uh, blanket stuff probably isn't going to work for the most part for just about
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we'll be hashing out in the future. But oh, you guys will. I'm too old to mess with it.
Oh, I know there are a lot of people in the space who have very loud opinions.
Yes, yes. You guys, you youngins can have your opinions. I'll be over here playing my Pong game. Thank you very much. So where do you see yourself here in a couple years? You're getting obviously you're having a lot of fun with it, and
I
you're
am, I
you're
am.
hitting what you want. Are you going to still be doing this here in a few years?
In a few years, most likely. I
Mm,
would love to.
mm,
But at the same time, I know I have some IRL goals that I want as well.
mm,
And so I don't know how it'll conflict it with streaming in the future.
mm.
Because I do eventually want to start a family, and having to deal with a baby, having to deal with everything in the household is going to become even more uh, of a priority. It's going to be even more of a priority than me going live on stream. Um, and so it's going to be difficult. But in
Diaper
terms
changing
of
live on Scream.
live on Scream.
I'm thinking, but he's done that yet. There you go. You can corner that
Baby
market.
monitor reading.
That's right.
Listen to them cry.
My
But
my
in terms of
newest.
like content creation, like I as I said, I'm trying to go down more of a game reviewer journalist path, and I'm hoping that, that'll prove fruitful in some way, shape, or form. I'm hoping maybe not have an agency, but to be managed by someone so that I can then outsource and do less IRL,
Mm.
but be able to produce more content online,
Well,
if that makes sense.
if somebody were to get a hold of you and say, "I've got a couple lines for you to read," would you do a little
Yes.
voice acting?
I would absolutely do voice acting.
Yeah.
I would actually love to get more into some indie game projects, because again, there's this whole like debate about people with getting voice acting AI generated and all
Mm.
that. You don't have to pay me. I will do it for free if my voice fits your project.
I mean, you got a really great instrument there to use. So I hope that people listen and bug you to use it.
I hope so. I hope so. I've been told it's very expressive.
Yes. Well, it is. It is, but it's also very natural, and there's no sharp edges, which makes a big difference in some things. And I think that it floors me that it's something you hadn't really worked on before doing this because it sounds awfully polished. at this
Thank
point.
you. Thank
And,
you.
and
I'm actually surprised that I'm able to talk today without a stutter. Normally I stutter.
well, then
I trip on my words.
that's
I get
natural.
a little tongue twisted.
That's natural too. I do it myself all the time. It's usually after Misty yells at me, then I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's pretty easily done. It's absolute pleasure talking with you, Char,
Yeah, it
and
was great being here. It was great talking to you.
yeah, and
I was very nervous getting into this,
eh,
but an hour flew by like that.
yeah, it's just that's I knew it would go this way after watching your stuff. It's it's
Aw.
a great time, folks. We're gonna have the links in the description. Check out what the CharMaeMengMing's got going on. Ha ha! Did it twice in a
Mm-hmm.
row. And it's always going to be a great time, and we're looking forward to see what you got going for us in the future.
Yeah, and I look forward to more of your interviews in the future as well, Eric.
Well, as long as I continue waking up, we'll still keep doing it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and I hope you have a great rest of your year. And on that note, a Happy New Year as well.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.